This is Pastor Scott Thornton bringing you a devotional for today. Matthew 9:27. As Jesus went on from there, two blind men followed him, calling out, "Have mercy on us, Son of David." When he had gone indoors, the blind men came to him, and he asked them, "Do you believe I'm able to do this?" "Yes, Lord," they replied. Then he touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, will it be done to you?" And their sight was restored. Jesus warned them sternly, "See that no one knows about this." But they went out and spread the news about him all over the region. While they were going out, a man who was demon-possessed and could not talk was brought to Jesus. And when the demon was driven out, the man who had been mute spoke. And the crowd was amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." Today's passage, or I guess yesterday's passage, I wrote it today, the day before we're publishing it, but this passage comes from a New Testament passage that hundreds of thousands of Christians around the world have read, coming out of the lectionary suggested reading for yesterday. I have provided a link for you to find these passages on this devotional that is in our app and our website. This passage follows a great story of Jesus healing a lady who reached out and touched his garment so that she could be healed. And then it follows Jesus raising a little girl who belonged to a religious leader by the name of Jairus, who had died. We begin by this passage by reading that Jesus went from Jairus' home, and he's followed by a couple blind men. There are three things I find interesting in this passage. First, these men didn't ask Jesus to heal them or to restore their faith. They simply cried out to Jesus to have mercy. Second, they called Jesus Son of David. And third, Jesus didn't heal them outside when they first approached him, but he caused them to follow him into the house where Jesus would then engage with them and heal them. For these men to call Jesus the Son of David matched the intense messianic expectation of the day. Many people were looking for a Messiah who would fulfill Isaiah chapter 35, verse 5. "Then will the eyes of the blind be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then will the lame leap like a deer, and the mute tongue shout for joy." But by Jesus causing these blind men to follow him into a house, showed that their faith was directed not to God alone, but to Jesus, that he was God, that he had all power and all authority. Jesus asked the blind men, "Do you believe I'm able to do this?" What was the this? It was mercy. They simply asked for mercy, which I believe demonstrated their total trust in Jesus. That Jesus was God, and that Jesus could provide for them everything that they needed. The blind men responded with a resounding yes, and Jesus touches their eyes and tells them that since they had faith, it will happen, and their sight was restored. Please note, Jesus didn't say that they would be healed because of the amount of their faith, but simply because they did have faith, and obviously their faith was in Jesus. Let me ask you a question today. What is your need? Or should I say, what are your needs? Could you be as bold as these two men and simply in total trust pray, "Jesus, Son of God, have mercy"? Jesus, Son of God, will you just have mercy on me? And let Jesus take over and meet the need or the needs of your life. He loves you more than you love yourself. And if you put your total trust in him, you too will find it hard to not brag about this miraculous Jesus. Thank you for watching. May God bless you and keep you. Bye for now.